1, Saturday, is going to be mobility and weighted mobility. So you're going to start off and you're just going to do your J-band and arm care routine of choice. After that, there is a video for yoga. So you'll do the baseball yoga for baseball players. I'll put a QR code link to that video and you can watch that. And then after you're warmed up and you do the traditional yoga, you'll move into weighted mobility.
With one leg in front of the other. And from here on your next inhale, let's bring your hands up towards the sky. Exhale, plant the right hand down into the mat in line with your right hip and then reach this left arm over, coming into a nice side body stretch on the left side of the body. Exhale, come back to center. Again, let's inhale, bring the hands up. Exhale to get over to the other side, planting the left hand down in line with that left hip, reaching this right arm over, feeling a nice side body stretch on the right side. Exhale, come back to center. From here on your next inhale, let's lift the hands up once again. Exhale, this time we'll come into a seated twist. So let's twist to our right, bringing your right hand behind you, acting as a second spine, and then letting your left hand rest on your right leg. Just make sure you avoid the right knee. You want to protect the knee here. And so as you inhale, try and lengthen your spine, and as you exhale, just gently twist. And exhale, come back to center. Again, let's inhale, lift the hands up. Exhale, taking it over to the other side, twisting to the left hand, left arm behind you, acting as a second spine, letting your right hand rest on that left leg. So make sure you avoid that left knee, and as you inhale, try and lengthen the spine, and as you exhale, twist. Exhale, come back to center. Great job, you guys. From here, we'll come into a head to knee pose. So starting with our right leg, let's extend this right leg out long, keeping this right foot flexed. Left foot can hug into the right thigh. And again, on our next inhale, let's bring our hands up towards the sky. Exhale, shift a little bit towards that right leg and then melt it forward. In this pose, we're really breathing into the back of this right leg, breathing into the calf, the hamstring, as well as the ankle here. And on your next exhale, mindfully roll it back up. From here, we'll just take it over to the other side. So let's extend this left leg out long, keeping this left foot flexed, bringing the right foot into that left thigh. Inhale, bring the hands up. Exhale, shift a little bit towards that left leg and then melt it forward. Again, really breathing into the back of the left leg here. And exhale, mindfully release, roll it back up. From here, we'll come into a wide-legged forward fold. So let's extend both legs out wide, keeping both feet flexed towards you. And then from here, just melt it forward in front of you. In this pose, again, we're breathing into the back of the legs here. And exhale, mindfully release. Great job, you guys. From here, we'll make our way into an extended child's pose. So let's bring the knees as wide as the mat, letting the big toes touch behind you. And then from here, walk the hands out long in front of you, letting your forehead rest in the mat. So in this pose, we're really breathing into the back body, the shoulders, as well as the hips. And you're welcome to stay here, or another option, we can walk our hands just off the left of our mats. And again, let the forehead rest in the mat. So in this pose, you should definitely feel a nice stretch on the right side of that shoulder there. And if you walk it off to the left, let's now bring it over to the right. And if you're on the right side, let's bring it back to center. Now from here, let's mindfully shift forward and we'll come into a high cobra here. So let's stack the hands right underneath the shoulders, extending the legs out long behind you, pushing yourself up, keep your core slightly engaged. Make sure to breathe, opening up the heart, opening up the chest. And then on your next exhale, let's curl the toes, shift the hips up. We'll come into a downward facing dog. Feel free to pedal out the feet here. Again, really breathing into the back of the legs. From here on your next inhale, let's lift that right leg up towards the sky. Exhale, bend the right knee, step the right foot up in between the hands, lower the left knee down, left shoelaces down. From here on your next inhale, let's rise up. We'll come into a low lunge here. So in this low lunge, let's keep this right knee over the right ankle. Let's keep these hips in one line. So for some of us, we may have to draw this right hip back just a little bit and bring this left hip forward. Awesome stretch for the hips here. And on your next exhale, bring the hands down to the mats. And from here, keep sliding the hands down the mats as you straighten out this right leg, keeping this right foot flexed. We'll come into a runner stretch. So again, really breathing into the back of their right leg. Exhale, shift it forward. From here, let's plant the left hand down into the mat. Come up onto the left tiptoe, so lifting this left leg up off the mat. And now from here, pretend you're pulling a bow and arrow back with that right hand, reaching that right arm up towards the sky. Exhale, plant this right hand down, and we'll step it back to downward facing dog. Great job, you guys. On your next inhale, let's lift that left leg up towards the sky. Exhale, bend the left knee, step the left foot up in between the hands, lower the right knee down, right shoelaces down. Inhale, rise up, low lunge. Again, let's find our foundation here. So left knee over left ankle, hips in one line. So on this side, we may have to bring that left hip back just a hair and bring that right hip forward. Arms up overhead, core engaged, breathe. Exhale, let's plant the hands down into the mat. Keep sliding the hands down the mat. Straighten out this left leg. Left foot flexed, breathing into that left leg. Exhale, shift it forward. From here, plant the right hand down into the mat. Come up onto the right tiptoes, lifting this right leg up off the mat. And then now from here, pretend you're pulling a bow and arrow back with that left hand, reaching it up towards the sky. Exhale, plant that left hand down, step it back, downward facing dog. Now from here, let's lower the knees down to the mat, keeping the knees together, curling the toes. We'll sit back onto our heels, coming into a toe stand. So if this is just too intense for your feet, you can always uncurl the toes, sit back on your heels like this. Hands can just rest in your lap. We'll stay here for a couple breaths. So this is an awesome stretch for the feet and the ankles. Exhale, uncurl the feet, and now from here, find a seated position of your choice. That wraps up our flexibility routine.
Okay, moving on. Now that you have watched mobility for baseball players, the first weighted mobility is going to be a ATG split squat. So you're just getting into a deep lunge like this. If you want, you can have your knee on the ground. The goal is to have weights for all of these and just feel the pull from the weights and feel the stretch. And then if you want, you can lift your knee, but just have your knee down and really push your knee forward. And you'll do 30 seconds on both sides. You're just really trying to feel that stretch through your legs. All right, mobility exercise number 2 is going to be T-spine movement. So find a couch or a bench and get something. If you don't have a PVC pipe, I highly recommend picking one up. So you're just going to have your arms straight. If you don't have a pipe, that's fine. Just have your arms in a T, and you're just going to go, you're going to twist and twist. And you're just working on stretching, building up those muscles around your spine. And you're going to do 3 rounds of 30 seconds, just going back and forth. Okay, moving on. Exercise number 3 is going to be 3 rounds, 30 seconds of Jefferson curls. So for these, you want your feet to be elevated. You can use a couch cushion, a pillow, a step, anything to get your feet off the ground. And the goal, so similar to the leg day when we're doing Roman deadlifts or RDLs, and we're lowering the weight down, and then we get to our knees and we push our butt back. That's going to be similar, except for these, we're just going to roll all the way down. We're not going to push our butt back, and we're just doing a long toe touch, but the weight is going to keep pulling us, and we're just going to stretch and feel the curve in our spine. And we're just going to stand up. So we're kind of going down. We're kind of like a slinky. You just stretch all the way down. Feel the stretch through your legs and your back. Let the weight pull you. It'll be 3 rounds of 30 seconds. All right, so the next exercise is going to be weighted separation. And this one might be a little more tricky depending on what you have for equipment. So first, you're going to we'll start going to our left side. So you'll bring your right leg, you'll cross it over, and then you can either put a weight on your leg like this. I should spin so you can see better. So you'll put a weight on your leg like this, and then what we're trying to do is we're trying to go and open up into a T, and this weight is pulling us this way. So we have weight pulling us this way, and we have weight pulling us this way. If you don't have a weight for your leg, you can keep your leg in place, and you're going to let this weight pull you, and you're going to stretch, and you're trying to open your body in opposite directions. And then for the next one, you'll bring your left leg to your right side, and then you'll open back up with a weight, and then you'll feel it's pulling you off balance here, but you're trying to have this stretch you to your left side, and then you can put a weight on the back of your leg like this, and you want to feel the stretch like this. So weighted separation, you can do 3 rounds of 30 seconds to the left side and to the right side. Okay, moving on. Next is Cossack squats. So you're going to do 2 rounds of 10. You can either do 10 to the right, 10 to the left, and count it as a set, or you can do 5 to the right, 5 to the left, and count it as a set. Preferably do 10 each side, that counts as 1. So you're going to hold, if you're holding a kettlebell, you'll hold it like this. If you have dumbbells, you'll hold them out to the side. And what we're doing is we're going to step to the right, we're going to go down like this. Then we're going to step to the left, go down like this, and your elbow should touch your knee. Elbow touch the knee, and once you're that low, that's your sign to go back up. So 2 rounds of 10 for Cossack squats. All right, so next exercise is going to be, they're called good mornings. So all you're going to do, you'll spread your legs out kind of like a squat position, and ideally you can have something to hold on to up here. If you end up working out with me on this day, we can use a barbell, but all you're doing is you're keeping your back straight, and you're kind of falling forward, and you're trying to touch your shoulders to your knees, and you're just going to do that for 30 seconds. You keep your back straight, and these are seated good mornings, and you just keep going for 30 seconds, driving your shoulders to your knees, and you're keeping a straight back. Okay, moving on, we are going to do a dumbbell or kettlebell pullover isometric. So an isometric means we're just going to hold the dumbbell and a pullover. So a traditional pullover is like this. You just bring your hands down to about level, and then you bring them up. But for this, we're going to do a hold. So we're going to do a pullover, and we're really going to stretch, and we're going to try to almost touch the ground with the dumbbell in our hands, and we're going to hold this here for 30 seconds. All right, so final exercise is going to be wall-assisted handstands. You're going to do 3 rounds until failure. So you can just use the wall if you want to kick 1 foot off, but you're just holding handstand in place, and you're going until you can't. You'll do 3 rounds of that.